जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, आज विश्व योग दिवस है और उस कड़ी में तन मन को अपने मस्तिष्क के साथ या मस्तिष्क को अपने मन के साथ जोड़ने के प्रयास में मिश्रा मेडिकल कॉलेज और हॉस्पिटल के तत्वाधान में उन्होंने एक सुबह प्रातःकालीन योग प्रशिक्षण शिविर का आयोजन किया है। हमारे बीच में हमारे प्रसिद्ध योग गुरु श्री अंजनी कुमार दुबे जी हैं।
मन को शांत और सहज करते हुए ज्ञान मुद्रा की स्थिति बनाएंगे। ये ज्ञान मुद्रा अंगुष्ठ के ऊपरी भाग को और तर्जनी के ऊपरी भाग को मिला करके इंडेक्स फिंगर के टिप और थंब के टिप को एक दूसरे से मिला लें। तीनों अंगुलियां सीधी रहें और इसे पलट करके घुटने पर रख लें। आंखें बंद करें। बहुत शांत और सहज मन से धीरे धीरे गहरी सांस भरें। महसूस करें अपनी प्राण चेतना को। ये जो आपकी प्राण चेतना है, आपकी सांस है, यही आपका मूल ऊर्जा है, बेसिक एनर्जी है आपकी। इसी को ही हम ओम कहते हैं, यही नाद है। प्राणयत जीवेत इति प्राणा, जो आपको जीवन प्रदान करता है वही प्राण है। एक बार पुनः ओम का उच्चारण सभी एक साथ पूरे मन से। मन का विज्ञान है और यह मन का विज्ञान आपके शरीर से शुरू होता है। आपको जब कोई गाली देता है या कोई प्रशंसा करता है तो उससे जो संवेदनाएं आपके शरीर में पहुंचती हैं और आपके हृदय में एक भाव उठता है, आपके मन में एक विचार उठता है, उससे आपके पूरे शरीर में विभिन्न प्रकार के बायोकेमिकल सिंथेसिस की प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ होती है। विभिन्न प्रकार के हार्मोन्स के सिक्रेशन होते हैं जो आपको प्रेरित करते हैं अच्छे कार्य के लिए। कभी आपकी मनोदशा उग्र हो जाती है, कभी आपकी मनोदशा शांत हो जाती है। जब कोई प्रशंसा करता है तो आपको अच्छा लगता है, इससे ये इंडिकेट होता है कि आपके शरीर में गुड हार्मोन्स का सिक्रेशन हो रहा है। जब आपको कोई गाली देता है या डांटता है, फटकारता है, तो आपके शरीर में विभिन्न प्रकार के बैड हार्मोन्स सिक्रेट होने लगते हैं और आपके शरीर में विभिन्न प्रकार के डिजीज होने लगती है। इन डिजीज का इम्पैक्ट आपके शरीर पर पड़ता है। आपके फिजिकल बॉडी में इसके सिम्टम्स क्रिएट होते हैं और वो परिलक्षित होने लगते हैं। उनको आप फाइंड आउट करने के बाद में ही आप दवाओं के द्वारा उसका उपचार करते हैं। और योग शास्त्र में योगासन के द्वारा, प्राणायाम के द्वारा स्वस्थ करने की प्रक्रिया बताता है। वो बताता है कि आपको कैसे रहना है। समय दुखे समय युक्ता समत्वम योग उच्यते। सुख दुख में आप समान भाव से रहें, ऐसी भावना लाने के लिए आपको शारीरिक दृढ़ता की आवश्यकता है। हठ योग के प्रति बहुत बड़े योगी जो वैज्ञानिक परंपरा का जिन्होंने विकास किया, गुरु गोरक्षनाथ, उन्होंने कहा आसन दृढ़ आहार दृढ़ जो निद्रा दृढ़ हो, और गोरख कहे सुनो रे पूता मरे न बूढ़ा हो। आसन यदि आपका दृढ़ है तो आपका शरीर दृढ़ होगा। आहार दृढ़ है तो आपका मन और आपकी स्मृति, आपकी मेमोरी पावर, आपकी विजडम पावर, आपकी इंटेलेक्चुअल पावर। आंखें बंद रखते हुए शुभ संकल्प के साथ शांति मंत्र का पाठ करेंगे। एक बार हम बोले, फिर आप बोलेंगे। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। अब आंखें बंद रखते हुए एक शांति मंत्र का ध्यान करेंगे। ओम द्योः शांति अंतरिक्षं शांति, पृथिवी शांतिरापः शांति, औषधयः शांति, वनस्पतयः शांति, विश्वदेवाः शांति, ब्रह्म शांति, सर्वं शांति शांतिरेव सामा शांति।
ये एक बहुत अच्छी प्रक्रिया है। अच्छा तो होगा कि हम सब लोग इसको अपने जीवन में आत्मसात करें। जब भी समय मिले, जरूरी नहीं है कि ये प्रातः ही किया जाए। हॉस्टल में आप लोगों को भी यहाँ से कॉलेज में जाने के बाद अगर आप लोग एक नियमित समय बना लें कि शाम को 6 बजे करना है, और जो लोग भी करेंगे तो इसका इनको लाभ मिलना ही मिलना है। आज हम अंजनी दुबे जी के बहुत आभारी हैं कि आज उन्होंने अपना समय दिया और आकर के हमारे कॉलेज के छात्रों को योग के बारे में उचित और सामयिक जानकारी दी। और हमें तो ये कार्यक्रम बहुत अच्छा लगा। हम तो ये चाहेंगे कि फर्स्ट ईयर का जो फाउंडेशन कोर्स होता है उसमें अंजनी जी को बुला करके जो इसके अंदर योगा की जो क्लासेस है उसको हम नियमित तरीके से कराएंगे। अगर आप लोग चाहेंगे तो हम लोग अंजनी जी से दोबारा रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं कि वो कुछ दिन आकर के आप लोगों को नियमित तरीके से सिखा सकें और इसको आप लोग अपने जीवन में अभ्यास करें। पुनः आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। धन्यवाद।
distinguished guests, and my fellow yoga enthusiasts. A very warm welcome to this auspicious occasion as we are gathered here today to celebrate International Yoga Day. I am Ayush Raswal
And I, Sujita Arya, wish you all happy International Yoga Day. A wonderful and happy morning to all of you.
We are honored to stand before you as your anchors, ready to guide us through this enlightening journey of self-discovery, mindfulness, and holistic well-being.
Yoga is not a religion, it is a way of living whose aim is a healthy mind and a healthy body. Yoga is a mental, physical and spiritual practice which helps in attaining a great mind, body and soul. Mana Prashnopayo, Yog Itta Vidhiyate, it means the resources to pacify the mind is called yoga.
It is an ancient practice originating from the depths of India and has transcended many borders and many cultures and has captivated billions of minds around the world. Today, we unite in our collective pursuit of harmony between mind, body and spirit, acknowledging the profound impact yoga has on our physical, mental and emotional well-being. It encourages us to embrace the essence of yoga, not only on the mat, but also in our daily life, the principles of compassion, mindfulness and gratitude.
In the dance of molecules where balance transcends, biochemistry and yoga and mind as old friends. In every being, a symphony of cellular grace and harmony embrace where science finds its solace.
Suchita, don't you think yoga and the biochemistry in our own body is deeply interconnected?
Yes, I certainly believe that it does so. So to elaborate on this concept, I request our first speaker of the day, our distinguished professor and head of the biochemistry department, Dr. Kanchan ma'am, who has accomplished a lot in her life as she has done MBBS from Biochemical College and MD in biochemistry from ERA Lucknow Medical College and Hospital with 20 paperwork publications, 9 international and 11 national. I would request ma'am to please come on the stage to help us understand how deeply interconnected biochemistry and yoga are.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिन सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुख भाग भवे सब सुखी होवें सभी रोग मुक्त रहें सभी मंगलमय के साक्षी हों और किसी को कोई भी दुख का नहीं झेलना पड़े। इन्हीं मंगल कामनाओं के साथ हमें उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपका आज का दिन मंगलमय हो। नमस्ते नमस्ते टू ऑल। I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you pictures of love, light, peace and joy. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, it means in that situation we all are one. नमस्कार। आदरणीय प्रधानाचार्य महोदय, इन एकेडमिक सर, मेरे साथियों और प्यारे प्यारे बच्चों, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि आज हम अपना 9वां अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस मना रहे हैं। संयुक्त राष्ट्र महासभा ने 21 जून को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस के रूप में घोषित किया और इसकी शुरुआत सन 2015 से थी। आज 9वां योग दिवस है। अब ये प्रश्न उठता है कि 21 जून ही क्यों, कोई और तारीख को क्यों नहीं हमने मनाया? तो इसका उत्तर ये है कि 21 जून असल में उत्तरी गोलार्ध में यानी कि नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में सबसे बड़ा दिन होता है और इसे ग्रीष्म संक्रांति भी कहते हैं। इसके बाद आज के बाद सूर्य भगवान दक्षिणायन हो जाते हैं और भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार ये माना जाता है कि ये पीरियड आध्यात्मिक उन्नति के लिए बहुत अच्छा पीरियड है। योगेन चितेन वदेन वाचाम मलम शरीरस्य च वैदिकेन योद्वा करोतम प्रवरम मुनिनाम पतंजलि प्रांजलिरानुत्तरस्मि। जिन्होंने मन की शांति और पवित्रता के लिए योग दिया, भाषण की स्पष्टता और शुद्धता के लिए व्याकरण दिया और स्वास्थ्य की पूर्णता के लिए औषधि दी, ऐसे महान ऋषि पतंजलि को हम नमन करते हैं और इसी के साथ यहाँ पे उपस्थित सभी लोगों के अच्छे स्वास्थ्य और दीर्घायु की कामना करते हैं। इस बार का योग दिवस कुछ खास है क्योंकि इस बार भारत G20 की अध्यक्षता भी कर रहा है और जो G20 का थीम है दैट इज वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, वो ही इस बार हमारे योगा का डे का भी थीम है। वसुधैव कुटुंबकम मीन्स वन अर्थ, वन फैमिली एंड वन फ्यूचर, यानी कि पूरा विश्व एक परिवार है और हम सब उसी परिवार के हिस्से हैं और हम जानते हैं कि शारीरिक स्वास्थ्य के लिए योग बहुत लाभदायक है। उसी के साथ साथ योग ऐसा एक आध्यात्मिक विज्ञान भी है जिसके के माध्यम से हम एक दूसरे से जुड़ सकते हैं। तो इसी वजह से इस बार G20 की जो भी मीटिंग्स हो रही है उनमें योग पद्धति और आयुष चिकित्सा पद्धति को महत्व दिया जा रहा है और इसको पूरा विश्व स्वीकार भी कर रहा है। This is the symbol of Yoga Day. This is the symbol. Different parts represent the different elements of our body. As we all know that our body is made up of 5 elements, and similarly it is in the universe also. So blue part of this symbol, it represents the water in body. Brown color, brown leaves, it represent earth. Green leaves, it is nature. Globe represent the oneness, means whole world is one. Orange yellow, it represents the fire element or Agni Tattva. And joining hand means we all are joined together. All world is one. There is union between our body, our mind as well as universe. So when we control our breath, we can control our life also. So the regular practice of yoga, it is important because when we do deep breathing, it means we inhale more oxygen. So it increases the level of oxygenated hemoglobin in our body, and this is important for the control of the electrolyte balance. It is also important to control acid-base imbalance. It improves the function of kidney. It improves the function of digestion. Now, yogic activity, it is also having very great role over DNA function. We can change our DNA also after performing these activities. It changes the expression of some genes. We know what is telomere. Basically, the telomere, it is the end of the chromosome, end part of the chromosome, and the telomere length, it is an indicator of cell aging and physiological stress, which gradually shorten during cell division and cell damage. It is noticed that the medication intervention is related to a slight increase in telomere length or no change without shortening of length. It also affects the expression of multiple telomere-related genes also. Yoga is also important for cancer patients, though it has no direct effect on cancer. It doesn't cure cancer, but it relieves the symptoms of cancer patients because it is maybe because of that disease, maybe because of radiotherapy or chemotherapy. It also reduces the stress in cancer patients. But there are some side effects of yoga as noticed by various studies, that it may lead to the chances of bone fracture. If there is bone metastasis and patient is doing yoga without no supervision, so there may be chances of bone fracture. It may lead to the pneumothorax also if we perform deep breathing exercises regularly unchecked. Now next important issue which is very common, and that is diabetes. Diabetes, it is basically, it is in the adult age group diabetes, it is more common, and it is non-insulin dependent diabetes, means in this the main problem is insulin resistance. So what happens with the yoga? Yoga basically controls the expression of insulin receptor genes. So insulin resistance obviously decreases and it allows the entry of the glucose in the cells, so blood glucose level will control. This is again a very important issue which is very common, PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease. Basically in this condition again there is hormonal imbalance, there are so many symptoms. It is also related with insulin resistance. There may be chances of obesity, there is hypothyroidism. Again same thing is here. Yogic activities control the level of hormones. So when there is control in the level of hormones, so obviously the symptom is less. Now coming to the perimenopausal and menopausal age. This is very sensitive age, and because there are so many physiological as well as mental changes in these age groups. So yogic activity, it is also very important in the patients of perimenopausal and menopausal age group. Yogic activity, it increases the level of osteocalcin, which is a biochemical marker of bone formation. It prevents the osteoporosis. It increases the activity of osteoblastic cell, it decreases the activity of osteoclastic cell, so overall it stimulates osteogenesis. Yoga in perimenopausal and menopausal age group, it also controls the BP because it alters the function of endothelial cell lining and the pathway by which it mainly acts, it is through nitric oxide cyclic GMP signaling pathway. Now, we all know the placebo effect. The placebo effect is a scientific proof. It means we have the ability to heal ourselves. Our thoughts are powerful enough to bring things into existence. So this is the time when will you start? When we started. Only this matters. So this is all about, these are the references from which I have taken the content. Now the take-home message, which is very important, the yoga pose is not the goal. Becoming flexible is not the goal. Standing on your hand is not the goal. The goal is to create space where you were once stuck. To unveil the layer of protection you have built around your heart. To appreciate your body and become aware of the mind and the noise it creates. To make peace with who you are. The goal is to love where you come to your yoga mat to feel, not to accomplish. Shift your focus and your heart will grow. This statement is by Mr. Rachel Breathitt. So this is all about. I think this will be our future. But by the light of soul that we radiate. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanchan ma'am, for such an enlightening talk. Thank you, Kanchan ma'am, for such an enlightening talk, endowing us with such great insight about how biochemistry and the practice of yoga goes together. Now, as we come together on this session today, it is essential to reflect how yoga creates a significance in our lives.
Yoga is the ultimate act of perfect synchronization between the mind and the body. The deep introspection that we do when our mind is relaxed makes us feel connected to our inner self. Let us chant and give thanks to great Maharishi Patanjali. Yogin chittasya padin vacham malayam sirirasya cha vyadhite yog apakarotam pravaram muninama Patanjali pranjali ram nato asmi. And its meaning is that let us go before the noblest of sages Patanjali, who gave yoga for serenity and sanity of mind, grammar for clarity of speech, medicine for perfection of health.
Wow, sister. Now, in union of motion and mindful repose, physical activity and yoga health bestows. Strength and flexibility combined, a harmonious symphony, body and mind aligned. Through its postures, breath control and many asanas, yoga is one of the best physical activity which offers us a pathway to achieve inner peace, flexibility, strength and balance. And it also cultivates a deeper connection with our own selves. Now, who else is better to explain the synergy between physical activity and health than our own current professor and head in the Department of Physiology, Dr. Colonel R.K.S. Thoma, who has accumulated a lot of accolades like MBBS and MD from AFMC Pune and has served gallantly for 35 years in the armed forces as assistant professor in the AFMC, commanding officer in the High Altitude Medical Research Center, professor and head from Army College of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, classified specialist and professor in Command Hospital, Lucknow, and has carried out multiple research projects and they've been published in various prominent journals. So please, Dr. Sir, please come on the stage and deliver an insightful and impactful talk about the relation between physical activity and health.
Good morning, everyone. Today my topic doesn't contain any biochemistry, but it's a small stimulated talk to initiate us into physical activity. Do you know that non-communicable diseases kills 41 million people, about 71% of global deaths each year. Out of this 14 million people who die too young, between the ages 30 to 70. In India, nearly 5.8 million people, about 61% of the deaths that occur
करवा दीजिए, लेकिन क्योंकि पूरा प्रोग्राम दिन नहीं, इसको थोड़ा करवा दीजिए, इसमें 21 में थोड़ा। हाँ, सेकंड में थोड़ा हो गया, हाँ वहाँ
So as I told you that in India about 61% deaths are from non-communicable diseases, which include heart and lung diseases, stroke, cancer and diabetes every year. In other words, 1 in 4 Indians die from non-communicable diseases which before reaching the age of 70 years. And most of these non-communicable diseases are ugly, non-communicable diseases are preventable. So what is the reason behind it? Is the physical inactivity, which we don't follow in our life regularly. And physical inactivity is the 4th leading cause of risk factor for the global mortality. And it accounts for about 6% of the global deaths. And it follows high blood pressure, tobacco use and the high blood glucose. Globally, physical inactivity also accounts for 25% of the breast and colon cancer, 27% of the diabetes, 30% of the ischemic heart disease. As per the WHO 2020 report, 81% of adolescents and about 28% of adults currently do not meet the WHO requirement of minimal physical activity. The men are more active in all the regions of the WHO. What is inactivity? So physical inactivity, in other words, is the sedentary behavior, which is defined as any waking behavior which in a sitting, lying or a reclining posture with low energy consumption. That is about less than 1.5 metabolic equivalent task. American Heart Association has recognized this as a primary contributory factor for the cardiac diseases. Prevalence of this sedentary behavior is about twice that of the smoking, hypertension and other factors. What are the health risks of sedentary behavior? List is long, but to talk about few are the reduced functional capacity to meet your day-to-day requirement. It is a risk factor for coronary heart disease, stroke, obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, colorectal cancer, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, low backache, breast cancer, stress and anxiety. The list is long and it requires only one thing, that is the physical activity. It relieves the stress and anxiety, it improves the sleep, and the improvement in mood makes you feel less tired and can increase the mental alertness. It also increases your self-esteem if you are physically fit and make you full of energy to carry out any activity day to day. Physical activity, make it a lifestyle. Lifestyle exercise like taking stairs, parking in a space, parking in the stores, walking your dog, walking to the train or bus stop, breaking the leaves and doing your household work. All this become these activities, if you make them as a part of your lifestyle, you are carrying out exercise. To summarize, physical inactivity is one of the top 10 leading causes of death and disability. It improves both mind as well as body. Moderate exercise, even moderate exercise has many health benefits. You must set fitness goals. They are realistic and meaningful to you. You cannot lose 10 kg weight in 1 month. It takes time to make fitness part of the lifestyle. We all have ups and downs in following our exercise programs like in any other activity of the life. But continue with that. You may have some interest, some deviation, but come back to it. The best is that doing some physical activity is better than doing nothing. These are the references. These are the resources. Thank you.
Understand the relationship between physical activity and health so graciously, we will be sure to add these principles in our daily lives. Now, let us celebrate International Yoga Day with open hearts and open mind as we embrace this opportunity to deepen our connection with ourselves, uplift our spirits, and foster our sense of global harmony. So without further ado, let us embark on this remarkable journey of self-discovery and self-care as we commemorate International Yoga Day.
Please join me in extending a heartfelt welcome with a huge round of applause for our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Sanjeev Misra sir, Dr. Rakesh Agarwal sir, and all honorable dignitaries whose radiant auras and profound knowledge will undoubtedly elevate the celebration of our International Yoga Day to extraordinary heights. And who better to commence this ceremony than our dynamic, the Dr. Rashna ma'am, Assistant Professor in the Department of Biochemistry, to come upon this stage and speak a few words and felicitate our chief guest and all honorable dignitaries.
Good morning everyone and happy International Yoga Day. And it's really a pleasure to announce that our chief guest and other guest dignitaries are between us. They have arrived here. So, namaskar sir, and honorable chief guest Dr. Sanjeev Misra sir, who is Vice Chancellor at Bihari Vajpayee Medical University, Dr. Rakesh Agarwal sir, everybody knows him, he was earlier here, and my lovely students, GRs, PG students, all are here. So I welcome you on this International Yoga Day. It is really with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you all today to this magnificent event, and I'm thrilled to see a diverse gathering of medical professionals, doctors, scientists and experts from different parts of the country and abroad. Some are online and definitely some are offline. Those come together under one roof to share ideas and insights on the theme biochemical aspects of yoga on this 21st day of month of June. Today's event marks a significant milestone in our institution's journey and definitely in our Department of Biochemistry as we are celebrating this International Yoga Day in the form of an event which is going to be a testament to our commitment to provide quality life along with the medical expertise to the society. We have an exciting program lined up for you all. You can participate in poster and oral presentation. So including inspiring keynote speakers, thought-provoking discussions and engaging networking opportunities throughout the day. So I encourage you all to make the most of today's event to engage with your professional peers and to seize the opportunity to learn from one another. So first of all, before starting any session or any talk, I just want to request our Dean Sir to honor a very inspirational and legendary personality that we have today, this morning, our chief guest of today's event, Honorable Vice Chairman, Chancellor Sir, Dr. Sanjeev Misra with a plant sapling. So Dean Sir, please welcome Dr. Misra. To honor Dr. Rakesh Agarwal sir, Examination Controller of the Joint Participation.
Saraswati Mandana, I would like to say a few lines to encapsulate the essence of this holy tradition. Saraswati Mahabhage, Vidya Kamal Lochne, Vidya Rupe Vishalakshi, Vidyam Dehi Namostute.
It's a holy tradition to worship Goddess Saraswati, so let's pray to Goddess of knowledge, Ma Saraswati, with full dedication and devotion. Let noble thought come to us for all directions. So light the lamp of compassion to serve others, the lamp of knowledge to dispel the darkness of ignorance, and lamp of gratitude for the abundance of that divine has bestowed on us. Asto Ma Sadgamit, Tamso Ma Jyotirgamit, Mrityur Ma Amrutgamit. It means lead us from unreal to real, lead us from darkness to the light, lead us from death to the immortality.
With profound reverence, we invite our gifted artists, Vishakha and Shakshi, who will invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati to their soul-stirring rendition of Saraswati Mandana. And we'd also like to call upon the stage Chief Guest and Principal Sir to come upon the stage and perform the lamp lighting ceremony. Divine oversight, we would like to call upon the stage the batchmates of 22 batch for the Ganesh Mandana.
Truly filling our hearts with joy, and to give a finishing touch to this holy ceremony, I would like to chant a wellness month from Rigved for all. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma, kasyat dukh bhag bhave, which means that we may all be happy, free from diseases, be witness to all auspicious events, and no one has to be a part of sorrow.
Now, let us have a brief introduction about our wonderful institution of Misra Medical College and Hospital, which has allowed us to hold this event by our one and only Dr. Rashna ma'am.
introduction about our institution, that we have passed a long journey since 2015, and I am feeling very proud to tell about our institution, being the founder faculty of this institution. This is the college building, and we have started with a 750-bedded super specialty hospital, having lush green campus with ample grounds for student recreation. And it is governed by our company Vedic and Futuristic EduTech, which controls the T.S. Misra Medical College and Hospital, T.S. Misra College of Nursing and Paramedical Courses to Sciences, T.S. Misra College of Special Education, T.S. Misra Ayurvedic Medical College and Hospital, and many other courses will be inducted soon. Our story is known to everyone. It is one of the best private medical colleges right now we have in UP, not only in UP but in India also. So in 2015 we came like a 750-bed super specialty hospital, converting into medical college in 2016 when first batch of MBBS came here, and in 2017 we have opened College of Nursing and Paramedical Sciences. In 2021 we have College of Ayurveda. So these are some credentials in the bag of T.S. Misra T.S. Misra as a unit of the Vedic and Futuristic EduTech. T.S. Misra Medical College and Hospital, you all know it is affiliated to Atal Bihari Vajpayee Medical University, Lucknow, which was earlier affiliated with Dr. Shakuntala Misra National Rehabilitation University, Lucknow, which is a deemed university. So our vision and mission is to emerge as a center of excellence and a leader in the field of health sciences education, research and healthcare delivery. So it is one of the fastest growing institute in the field of medical education. The faculty constitutes several eminent medical educationists. Our source of inspiration, from where this idea came, so Justice Tribeni Sahai Misra, from where the name of this institution came as T.S. Misra Medical College or T.S. Misra other institutions. So he is the father of our patron, Mr. Satish Misra. He was District Government Council in 1964, Judge Allahabad High Court in Lucknow bench from 1971. He was also the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court in 1983 and the Governor of Assam and Meghalaya in 1984. And we also received blessings from Dr. Shakuntala Misra ji. She is the mother of our patron, Mr. Satish Misra ji. She was born in Kanpur in the year 1924, and he was a well educated and a very good practitioner in homeopathy. She was very concerned about the health issues of the underprivileged, which motivated her to obtain degree in homeopathic medicines. Thereafter, she opened a charitable hospital in Kanpur where treatment and medicines were given free of cost to the needy. Our patron, Mr. Shri Satish Chandra Misra ji, he has our great visionary. When we came first time for just to see this institution, just to see the place, he has great enthusiasm and he has shared some ideas and our vision that what he wanted to do in real. He wanted to provide very good service, medical services, as well as rehabilitation services to the society, not on a very costly, very high cost, but a very subsidized rate. So he is a great visionary person. He has been chairman, you all know about him. He has been chairman, Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh. He was a well-renowned advocate in general at Uttar Pradesh, All India General Secretary, Bahujan Samajwadi Party. He is a member of parliament and member parliamentary committee on various affairs till date. Our chairperson, Mrs. Kalpana Misra ma'am, Satish Chandra Misra sir's wife, and a renowned social worker, active for women empowerment in downtrodden and poor population. She always did work for the upliftment of education, especially in the medical field in whole of the country. Their son, Mr. Kapil Misra ji, our Vice Chairman of this institution. Mrs. Praniti Misra, who is Director, Nursing and Paramedical Courses, and she is daughter-in-law of Shri Satish Chandra Misra ji and Mrs. Kalpana Misra ji. Dr. Shubhri Misra ji, she is Medical Director of our institution. She is also a dermatologist and a daughter of Misra family. Dr. Vishwanath Tripathi, Additional Medical Director in this institution, as well as he did his Masters in General Surgery and son-in-law of Misra family. Dr. Anil Kumar Agnihotri, Director Logistics, he is also relative of Misra family. Now come to our administrative hierarchy. First of all, I would like to say a few words about our Principal Dean Sir. Professor Ashok Kumar Srivastav sir, an experienced medical teacher of more than 40 years with more than 50 national and international publications. He is a very senior medical legal expert of the state of Uttar Pradesh. He has got fellowship by Indian Academy of Forensic Medicine, Indian Congress of Forensic Medicine Toxicology. He has been ex-principal and dean and chief medical superintendent of the Subharati Medical College and Hospital, Meerut. Our next next person in hierarchy is Chief Medical Superintendent Sir, Professor Brigadier Deshpal Sir. He did his graduation from KGMU and Masters in ENT from AFMC, Pune, and he did his DLO from Royal College of Surgeons, London in 1994. Our very dynamic Additional Chief Medical Superintendent Dr. Malik Saxena, who is taking care of the hospital in various ways. He did his graduation from KGMU and many other degrees he attained for the hospital administration. Our examination controller, Professor Brigadier Nikhilesh Kumar sir. So he is writer, professor and head also in the Department of Pathology, and he did his graduation from Ranchi Institute of Medical Sciences and Masters in Pathology from FMC. He has more than 40 years of total service, including 34 years in Indian Armed Forces Medical Services. Next, sir is our coordinator, MEU Medical Education Unit, Professor Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir, who is also the professor and head Department of Community Medicine and taking care of all the CMEs and academic activities very well. Rajesh Kumar sir. So, and he did his MBBS from AIMS New Delhi and Masters in Community Medicine from AFMC Pune. He did his postdoctoral training in clinical epidemiology from KGMU Lucknow, and he served Indian Armed Forces from 1987 to 2018 in health appointments as instructor at AFMC Pune and as health officer at various stations. He has more than 20 articles in international national journals and contributed chapters in many textbooks. So, starting when established in 2015, it got its first MBBS batch for the 150 seats in 2016. Now we have PG courses in paraclinical, preclinical, and almost all of the clinical subjects. We have an ultra-modern huge hospital which is NABH accredited with 375 teaching beds in general medicine, surgery and other clinical branches. We have a well-developed central laboratory and imaging services, 24/7 hours casualty services, ICUs, cath lab, dialysis, and now we have well-established IVF center also. We also provide the community services. We do regular camps, provide free medications to poor and needy persons, free surgical procedure. We also do some camps, and we also provide support medically to handicapped people. This is our camp photographs. We have all the preclinical and paraclinical and clinical departments which are well equipped and well established here in some are in academic block and some are in hospital building. So we don't need to go much. We all know this is the Department of Anatomy, having all the necessary museum and dissection hall, histology lab, Department of Physiology, Department of Biochemistry, Pathology, Department of Social and Preventive Medicine. This is the RSTC. Our RSTC center is in Pishalganj, Kakori, Lucknow. Department of Microbiology, Pharmacology, Forensic Medicine. These are the well-equipped, smart lecture theatres, demo rooms, central library. In hospital building, we have Department of Medicine having all the necessary paramedical services also. Emergency, cath lab, dialysis unit, Department of Surgery having 14 modular OTs are here. ICUs, IVF center in T.S. Misra Medical College. Department of Orthopedic having physiotherapy and other rooms. This is the Department of Ophthalmology, Otorhinolaryngology, Department of Anesthesia, Dermatology, Radio Diagnosis, having all the necessary equipments. Department of Pediatrics having ICUs and PICUs. This is the Dental, Oral and Maxillofacial Department. Having wards, different kinds of wards, few are general wards, few are private wards, deluxe wards. We have a very well equipped and fully air-conditioned blood bank, Dr. Shakuntala Misra Blood Bank and Components Center. This is the central lab consisting of biochemistry and immunology, pathology, hematology, histopath lab, frozen section, and NABL accredited molecular lab, that is COVID lab. And we have central lab having clinical microbiology, media preparation, bacteriology, mycology, parasitology, means all the paraclinical subjects are present in the hospital building also. Other facilities include some sports room, canteen, hostel room, salon is also there, kitchen, laundry, AC plant, fire extinguisher, pharmacy, MRD section, oxygen plant, solar plant. We also did wonderful work during COVID period, and government has given its DSL2 this COVID care hospital. It has made a dedicated COVID hospital by the district administration in the year 21-22, during which time relentlessly 24/7 hours services were executed by the authorities, doctors and staff of the hospital. This hospital has been identified by the government as one of the centers for the COVID vaccination drive in Lucknow. We have awards and accreditation. So, hospital has been regarded as the best performing medical college of the Uttar Pradesh. It has NABH and NABL accreditations and many more to come into series. So thank you very much. It was a brief journey of our hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ashtana, for giving us such a thorough and graceful introduction to our college.
Now, first and foremost, I humbly invite our respected principal, sir, Dr. A.K. Srivastava, sir, whose visionary approach has steered our institution to new heights. Sir, please come on the stage.
Say a few lines.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Medical University, Dr. Lokesh Kumar Agarwal, Controller of Examinations, different speakers, guest speakers, Dr. Abbas, organizing secretary and the organizing team, faculties, residents and students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Sanjeev Misra sir. You are coming for the first time in my medical college by sparing time for us. We feel privileged and honored by it. So, sir, today is a International Yoga Day is a very special day, and whole world is just celebrating yoga. So T.S. Misra Medical College is not lagging behind. In the morning, our students participated. They practiced yoga under the guidance of Mr. Anjali Kumar Dubey, a yoga guru. So about 250 to 300 students are there in the morning, and just afterwards, the Department of Biochemistry is celebrating CME on the same topic, biochemical aspect of it. So in this way, we are celebrating Yoga Day in full form today. So, sir, in your presence of Dr. Controller of Examinations and other, we really feel privileged and honored. So, I also feel very much happy and excited. Our faculty and our departments, they are doing CME's record. I think in 2-3 months, last 2-3 months, 3 or 4 CMEs have been conducted. And just on 28, another CME is by the Department of Microbiology. Our medical college is an emerging medical college, but we are trying to just make pace for that. And we are doing very well in the education and technical teaching. So again, sir, I am very thankful to you. You came here, and yes, your precious presence will just give some moral boosting to our students and teachers. Thank you, sir.
Sir, please come on stage and please say a few words for our institution.
Professor Srivastava, respected principal, T.S. Misra Medical College, all the distinguished faculty, T.S. Misra Medical College, students, all the dignitaries within this program, and distinguished speakers who have gathered here from different medical colleges in the state for this CME on the International Yoga Day. I saw the presentation which Madam gave about a brief overview about T.S. Misra Medical College. It was very impressive. And as you walk into the institution, you see a very impressive building, and even this lecture theatre is a very impressive modern lecture theatre with all modern facilities for projection. International Yoga Day is something which our Honorable Prime Minister declared 9 years back, and the United Nations accepted it as an international day. And I think it's really rejuvenated things as far as yoga goes in the country. And there will be a lot of people who have been practicing yoga their entire life, but I think it's really made it popular across all aspects and different people in the society. And we all know that whatever we do with yoga, it appears something very simple, but yes, it has now really come into the health in a big way, where the positive benefits of yoga is so well known. Whether you take mental illness, you take physical illness, and even creating a thing of well-being, yoga has played a very important role. And if you look at disease like even cancer, there have been studies where people doing, patients practicing yoga versus those not practicing yoga, the outcomes have been different. And it's also led to a new branch which is called the psychoneuroimmunology, which says that how your psyche gets affected, the same way your neural system gets affected and your immune system gets affected. So a regular practice of yoga becomes extremely important. The young generation always thinks it's something that to get up early in the morning to do is everyone finds it very painful because nobody goes bed early and it's 2:33. It's not that you all are studying, it's everybody is busy on their phones or watching some sort of movie, I think. But if you deviate from that little bit, inculcate this in your daily practice, I think it will really make a difference. You're into the medical system, you're new to it. It's a very, very long journey that you have. The stresses, the ups and downs, all those things. But if you inculcate good habits, either playing on the sports field or yoga, which is there, you can do it whatever time that is free to you. It really helps in coping up with all these stress and feeling healthy. And theme for the meeting which the Department of Biochemistry has kept is about the biochemical aspects of yoga. Because ultimately whatever we do affects the chemical milieu of our body, and because of it, everything comes down to biochemical reactions, which may sound very mundane and very difficult, but it's a fact that whatever we do, it leads to change in the chemical or the body or the different enzymes, their activities in there. So yoga also plays a role in that. And keeping a theme of the biochemical aspects of yoga on the International Yoga Day, I think it's a very unique thing which is there, and I'm sure that you will all become aware about the good things and how it's acting in the body and how it's making a difference to us. And as time goes by and more people become involved with yoga, it's something which will definitely become part and parcel of our healthcare system in the country. And it will be where you see institutions where you will be having link with the modern medicine, yoga areas where you can be guided, the patients can be guided with a specific thing as far as a particular disease goes. And the T.S. Misra Medical College, I heard, also has the Ayush, which is there. So integrating Ayush with the modern medicine and also the yoga is something which is the way forward, which is there. I again thank Professor Srivastav, Principal Sir, and all the members of the Department of Biochemistry for having me over on this for this CME, and really feel honored to be here. And congratulations to all of you for organizing this CME. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to call upon Colonel Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir to present our chief guest with a memento and a certificate.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. S.P. sir to present Dr. Lokesh Agarwal sir with a memento and a certificate.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Sudhir Goyal sir to present Dr. A.K. Abbas sir with a memento and a certificate.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Prerna Gupta ma'am to present Dr. R.K. Thomas sir with a memento and a certificate.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Neelam Sarup ma'am to present to Dr. Kanchan ma'am with a memento and a certificate. Now, I would like to call Colonel Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir to please come on stage, and Dr. Sudhir Goyal sir to please come on the stage to present a memento, sapling and a certificate to come, sir.
The
these lines, we kindly request all our wonderful guests to partake in our breakfast in our college canteen, and we'll be resuming the program shortly. Thank you.
By skeletal muscles, which requires energy expenditure.
WHO also mentions guidelines on how much physical activity should be done on a daily basis to people of various age groups.
Yes, yeah, no. But let's just be frank. Going online and googling hours about it would just make me bored. How about we learn it in a much, much better way?
Obviously, I would prefer hearing it from a doctor rather than going online and googling about it.
So, for our next speaker on the topic physical health and activity is Dr. Pallavi Anand ma'am, Professor and Head of Biochemistry Department at Narayana Institute of Medical Sciences, Kanpur. She has graduated from Guwahati Medical College and Hospital in Biochemistry and did her MD in Biochemistry at Katihar Medical College. And then she joined as an assistant professor at Rama Medical College, Kanpur. She then became a professor and head at Rama Medical College itself. Ma'am has till date published more than 18 research papers in various national and international journals. She has also completed PG certificates in courses such as clinical diabetes in 2011 and a PG certificate course in tuberculosis and chest disease is in 2012.
So I would like to call upon the dais, Dr. Pallavi Anand ma'am, to share her knowledgeable insights on the topic of natural ways to boost happy hormones.
A very good afternoon to the dignitaries, on dais and off dais, and the beloved students, undergraduate, postgraduate, resident doctors, and the faculties from other medical colleges. So today I am going to talk regarding the natural ways to boost the happy hormones. So we all know that hormones are the chemical messengers for our body. So now we'll see what are the hormones which determine a human's happiness. So the hormones are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin and endorphins. So the dopamine is a happy hormone, oxytocin is known as a love hormone, serotonin we all know it induces sleep, and the endorphins which is a painkiller hormone. So first of all we will discuss the endorphins. So what is endorphin? So by the picture we can see the endorphins are which benefits in regulates the appetite, better self-esteem, enhances your immune system, it helps and reduces the anxiety and the depression. So and all the athletes, the runners, they generate this endorphin hormone which helps them in not getting fatigue, not getting pain. So this endorphin works on them. Then comes the serotonin. Serotonin we all know that it induces sleep, stimulates the areas of brain and which control the sleep-based behavior. Then this serotonin helps in the bone health, helps in causing osteoporosis when the levels are high. It helps in blood clotting factors, clotting, and helps in the body to heal faster. It helps in sexual functions and cause a decreased libido. It also helps in nausea. This serotonin helps the body expel the food quickly from the body in the normal stage. Then it helps in mood regulation. Then the next hormone is dopamine. So this dopamine is what helps in working memory. It helps in sleep and wake cycle, starting the movements. It helps in reward and motivations. It helps in changing the mood and drug misuse and addictions. So and this dopamine also helps in inhibiting the breast milk production. Then comes the oxytocin. So oxytocin is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidative hormone. So we should load up with vitamin B complexes. We should incorporate vitamin in our diet and which is easily and we can incorporate by taking in a regular diet. So we don't need to go for the medicines, the B complexes. In our diet there are a lot of things which has got vitamin B, we can incorporate it. So we can try to achieve a goal. So the goal can be anything. For us, the goal can be to be happy, we can do good to others. For the students, it must be a goal that we'll read well, we'll do good performance in our results, we'll gain knowledge, we'll become a good doctors, we'll become a good citizen. Doing something new. So we all should, it's not any age defined that at certain age only we can do something. At any age we can start and we can do something new. So and lastly I'll say hugging is also one of the natural ways to boost. So we can hug our parents, we can hug our friends when we meet. That's also the way to boost our happy hormones. So lastly, I'll say, remember everyone is unique and what works for one person not work same for another. So it's essential to experiment and find the strategies that resonate best with you and contribute to your overall happiness. So this was all about the happy hormones, how we can boost it. So this was the natural ways we can incorporate. So sometimes there is, so a person who is having, he can be depressed, he can be in a panic state, he can be having a mood swings. In that case, it's not that we should try only the natural ways. We can ask the person to visit the psychiatrist, and the psychiatric drug is in market which is fluoxetine and sertraline, which fluoxetine is for antidepressant they give, and obsessive compulsive disorders also we prescribe the patients, and sertraline is also in OCD as well as depression, antidepressant, and in panic stage we can prescribe the patient these drugs. So, and this will elevate the mood and this will help in boosting the happy hormones. So, second thing what we can do apart from all the things, we can consume nuts in our diet, salmon, blueberries, dark chocolates, avocados, vanilla ice creams, lemon teas, and lot of fruits we can, which affects the stimulating the production of the happiness hormones. So, and repetition of natural daily activities such as spending time outdoors. We should always spend time outdoors. Nowadays, we are lagging behind. We all have the habit of watching, all the time we are watching our mobile phones or we are in our iPads and laptops. So, we should go out. We should do exercise, do meditations, give gratitude, and to try to achieve the goal, doing new things, and remembering happy memories, laughter, using pleasant scent, massage. So massage is one of the technique we can use for the therapy. Sleep, we can have a sound sleep, sharing interest, hugging, listening music, learning most of the important methods to play significant role in stimulating the production of happiness hormones and mental health and improvement. So this was all about our happy hormone and how to boost naturally as well as we can go for medicines if needed. But we should first of all try the natural ways which can boost. So, and this is the best way, the day this topic has been chosen is the best day, yoga day. And yoga is the best way to make yourself happy, make yourself healthy, and make yourself progressive. So, and this yoga day is not in India, internationally it is celebrated, and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he has, in starting phase, he has pressurized us to celebrate Yoga Day, and now it's coming from inside that we all, everyone in our families, each one are into yoga. One or two members in the family, they are into yoga, not everyone, but I'll request the youngsters, they should do yoga every day. In fact, the new curriculum also says yoga should be incorporated. So thank you all, and thank you to the 4 happy hormones which are with us, and we can boost them naturally, and hope this must be helpful for us, that we can be happy. We are happy and we'll be more happy from now onwards.
Singh ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Physiology, to present Dr. Pallavi Anand ma'am with a memento and certificate for her contribution and presence in this CME and to make it a success. So that was all about the aspects of physical health benefits from yoga that we can see. But the impacts that we don't actually see, what about those?
Yes, in the last decade, there has been a significant rise in complex lifestyle diseases like depression, diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular diseases, cancer and infertility. And these are strongly related with accelerated cellular aging.
The DNA damage, telomere length attrition, and oxidative stress alone with much more.
So our next speaker is Dr. Soumitra Chakravarti sir, Associate Professor in Department of Biochemistry at DS Misra Medical College and Hospital. Sir has pursued his MBBS from University of Kolkata, the oldest college of Asia established in 1835, that is, the most prestigious college of West Bengal, and has completed his MD as gold medalist in biochemistry from Dr. D.Y. Patil University, Pune. He has done his post-graduation diploma in health professions education from Keele University, UK. Sir has not only served in Indian medical colleges but also in international universities such as Government College of Haldoi, Prasad Institution, American University of Barbados, etc. Sir has published 5 articles till date and also developed biochemistry department and central diagnostic at Dhanlakshmi Srinivasan Medical College and Hospital, Tamil Nadu.
So please grace us with your knowledge on the topic, exploring the relationship between surgeons and yoga, enhancing cellular health and aging.
Thank you so much for the nice introduction. Respected faculty members, delegates, interviews, residents, senior residents, and audience students. Today I am going to talk about something that happens at the cellular level. So I'll be talking about yoga and also about certain genes which are called as sirtuins. So to just start the topic, let me begin with what sirtuins are. So sirtuins, also known as silent information regulator proteins, they are a group of proteins which are present in a variety of organisms. These are class 3 histone deacetylases and they are evolutionary, very conserved. They function as NAD dependent deacetylases. It means that without NAD, these sirtuins will not be activated. And one very important thing to know is that NAD levels in our cells are higher when the cells are actually starving or we are doing some or the other kind of physical activity. The NAD to NADH ratio decreases, okay, after consumption of food. And sirtuins, not only they are deacetylases, okay, they participate in other reactions such as ribosylations. So locations, sirtuins 1, 6 and 7, they are located in the nucleus. 3, 4 and 5, they are located in the mitochondria, and sirtuin 2 is located in the cytosol. Now, the interest on these genes came around 1999 when a particular research paper was published, which I am going to share with you. But these genes were first identified in 1979 in yeasts, and it would take another 20 years for them in 1999 for the first 5 sirtuin genes to be discovered in human beings. It will take another year for the remaining 2 sirtuins to be discovered. Research interest in sirtuins began after a study in Nature 1999, which was published. It showed that sirtuin 2. Now I'm coming back to what are the things we can do to help activate these sirtuins. So the first thing that we know is that sirtuins are NAD dependent deacidases. So first thing sirtuins will need to be activated is NAD. And factors that increase NAD, physical activity, calorie restriction, exercise, and there's doubt whether nicotinamide, mononucleotide supplementation will help. Factors decreasing NAD, sedentary lifestyle, calorie excess, and aging. So the first thing that increases the expression of sirtuin 1 and sirtuin 6 is calorie restriction and intermittent fasting. This has been shown by many research papers, including this one, 2016. There has been more. This research paper showed that calorie restriction actually increased activity of sirtuin 6. Again, calorie restriction induced sirtuin 6 delays aging and suppresses nuclear factor kappa B signaling, which is an potent inflammatory factor. Effect of yoga. It has been proven by plenty of research that yoga and other exercises, they increase the levels of NAD and they stimulate sirtuin 1 and sirtuin 6. A research work done in 2014 in 24-year-old, so this was just acute exercise, 30 minutes running, and that research showed 60-minute post-exercise increase in sirtuin 6 mRNA. Time and again, research, long-term research, again, exercise of prolonged duration, 12 weeks, resistance exercise, it delayed cellular aging and increased the concentration of sirtuin 6, sirtuin 3 and sirtuin 1. A research paper published by All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Impact of Yoga and Meditation on Cellular Aging, also showed that yoga and meditation were capable of increasing the concentration of sirtuin 1. A Japanese research, hot yoga increases sirtuin 6 gene expression, inhibits reactive oxygen species generation, and improves skin condition. So there is plenty of evidence that yoga does a lot to increase the levels of beneficiary sirtuins. Now there is a controversy with regards to polyphenols, right? Especially the molecule resveratrol. And it is also associated with the French paradox. Anybody here knows what the French paradox is? Our residents, students? So what has been seen, the people in France, they consume a diet which is very rich in lipids, lots of cheese and plenty of red wine, and their cardiovascular system is much better than others. They have delayed onset, incidence of coronary artery diseases are delayed, and it is cardioprotective. People started wondering what is so special about this in lots of wine and cheese. Then they found out that there is a chemical resveratrol which is found on the skin and seeds of grapes, berries and red wine. And also there is another molecule, quercetin, a flavonoid, which is found in various food including onions, tea, apples and berries, and ginkgo biloba, which also help in increasing the concentration of sirtuins. So people got interested in resveratrol. Resveratrol supplements were being sold in the United States. And lots of research were again done with resveratrol. Resveratrol improves health and life on a high calorie diet. Resveratrol improves mitochondrial function by activating sirtuin 1 and PGC1 alpha, which I told you was a potent factor co-activator in the biogenesis of mitochondria. Also, there was research that told that resveratrol, yes, they are beneficial in certain neurological cardiovascular disorders, but yes, there are detrimental effects of resveratrol in certain kinds of cancers as well, right? As well as in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And despite years of studies, resveratrol has not been proven as a significant substance which can be used to increase the concentration of sirtuins so far. But we are still looking for molecules that might stimulate sirtuins and activate these genes, which are so helpful in research. And until we find them, let's enjoy the grapes and let's keep on doing yoga. They have very few side effects. These are my references, and in the end I would like to talk a little bit about Dr. Guri Zivion. He was my colleague at Windsor University School of Medicine, St. Kitts and Nevis. He was the Dean of Research and I was the chair of the Department of Molecular Sciences at that time. So he is one of the key research person who has done a lot of studies in sirtuins as well as FOXO. And this is what inspired me to take up this talk. Earlier I had asked him to present himself. Unfortunately, he was traveling to Jerusalem at that time, so he could not make it. So I am covering for him during this session. So lots of articles of Dr. Guri Zivion, and here are a couple of pictures of him with me. And with that, I would like to say my thanks.
Dr. Y.K. Patel Sir, Professor and Head of Department of Forensic Medicine, to present Dr. Soumitra Sir with a memento, certificate and a sapling. To present Dr. Soumitra Sir with a memento, certificate and a sapling.
यतो हस्त स्ततो कृषि, यतो कृषि स्ततो मनः, यतो मनः स्ततो भवः, यतो भावः स्ततो रसः.
Which means, where the hands are, eyes should follow. Where the eyes are, mind should be there. Where the mind is, there goes the expression, and where the expressions are, the emotions arise.
And as a famous quote goes, we dance for laughter, we dance for fears. We dance for madness, we dance for tears. We dance for hopes, we dance for screams. We as dancer create dreams.
So put your hands together for the students of MBBS Batch 22, Nipuna Singh, Divyanshi Singh, Kushi Arora, Avitsa Behra, Anushka Bharadwaj, Sanya Gupta, Riddhi Deore, and Vijay Raj to mesmerize us with their yoga dance.
उतर मुझ में याद योगी। इस दो अस्तित्व मेरा और कर दो चूरा चूरा, पूर्ण होने दो मुझे और होने दो अब पूरा पूरा। भस्म वाली रस्म कर दो आदि योगी, योग उत्सव रंग भर दो आदि योगी। बज उठे ये मन सितारे, झनन 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 झनन, श्वास श्वास जलम प्रवाह पावितस्तरे कलेवलम्ब्य लम्बितां भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकां चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवः। जटाकलाः सम्भ्रम भ्रमं निलिम्ब निर्झरी विलोल वीचि वल्लरी विराजमान माधरी किशोर चन्द्रशेखरे रचि प्रशिक्षणम्। धराधरेन्द्र नन्दिनी विलास बन्धु बन्धुर सुरतिगन्ध सन्तति प्रमोदमान मानसे कृपा कटाक्ष धोरणी निरुद्ध दुर्धरापति क्वचिद्दिगम्बरे मनो विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि। जटाभुजंग पिंगल स्फुरत्फणामणि प्रभा कदम्ब कुङ्कुमद्रव प्रलिप्त दिग्वधू मुखे मदान्ध सिन्धुर स्फुरत्वबुद्धलीय हेतुरे मनो विनोदमद्भुतं बिभर्तु भूतभर्तरि। सदा शिवं भजाम्यहं, सदा शिवं भजाम्यहं। सर्व मंगला कला कदम्ब मंजरी रस प्रवाह माधुरी विजृंभणा मधुव्रतं स्मरान्तकं कुरान्तकं भवान्तकं मघान्तकं गजान्तकान्तकान्तकं तमन्तकान्तकं भजे। नित्यमेव मुक्तमुत्तमोत्तमोत्तमं परं ब्रुवन्नरो विसिद्धिनेति सर्वतं हरे गुरो सुभक्तिमाशु याति नान्यथा गतिं विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनो।
We have now learnt to take more chances and dance more dances.
Well, I was wondering, can we actually engage in extracurricular activities on a daily basis since our priority is to serve the community?
Oh, this indeed has fascinated me, and how medical professionals would work non-stop with enormous stress and a smiling face. They almost never acknowledge the actual anxiety and depression they go through.
It's a serious issue indeed, but well, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
So our next speaker on the topic, attainment of good mental health and medical profession, is Dr. Misra sir, Assistant Professor in Department of Psychiatry at RDM Banda. He has done his graduation from Government Medical College, Mysore, and his PG from Institute of Medical Sciences, PHE. He worked as a senior resident at MLN Medical College, Prayagraj, and also a consultant in their hospital division. Sir is also a WHO certified master trainer in geriatric medicine for primary care physician. He has 6 publications till date, including 1 international journal, and Sir delivers lecture on good mental health in many organizations. So please, could you come up with us?
आप सबको अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। तो माय टॉपिक इज मेंटल हेल्थ एंड वेल-बीइंग थ्रू योगा। Swami Ramakrishna has said that fabled musk deer searches the world over for the source of the scent which comes from itself. So we also, as an Indian population, our culture is so ancient and rich, but still we searched for the cure of the diseases, and for the many years we were dependent on the Western world. Now the Western world is recognizing our ancient culture and heritage. That is one of the most important way of living a meaningful life and healthy life is yoga. The whole world is now celebrating the yoga. So in my presentation we will see how can we attain a good mental health by practicing yoga and yoga. Nowadays there is more talk about mental health, and yogasan and yoga and mental health is almost has become synonymous to each other. Physical health is as important as mental health. So the whole world is now focusing on mental health, pranayama, yoga, and attainment of good health, healthy mental conditions and sleep hygiene. So the definition of yoga, we all know about the WHO definition. Now in our old scriptures of Sushupta, the health is a dynamic balance of the element and humors, normal metabolic activity, and efficient elimination coupled with the tranquil mind, senses, and contented self. So half of the physiological process and half of the mental piece. It combines as a whole health. In our old ancient Bhagavad Gita also, it is mentioned that when we lift ourselves with efforts, we attain a good health. As long as we have not understood our own self, we remain our own enemy. So practicing yoga means first understanding yourself, because yoga is purely an individual concept. And also yoga is a meaning to know ourselves better. So in healthcare work, professionals like doctors, nurses, paramedicals, and students, what are the causes of mental health issues and burden? That is heavy workload, long shifts and high paces, lack of physical and psychological safety, chronicity of the care, long hours of working in ICUs, moral conflicts at workplace, negative patient-related outcomes, perceived job security, workplace-related bullying, lack of social support. So these things creates stress, and ultimately burnout occurs. So burnout is a chronic condition. It is chronic emotional stress which produces burnout, in which we feel the work which was earlier more joyful, targeted, tasking and challenging, now the same work for us has become meaningless and effortless and frustrating. Our energy becomes exhaustion and effectiveness becomes inefficiency and personal participation becomes cynicism. So, in such scenarios, how to tackle, how to maintain a good mental health? Let's see some prevalence studies which showed the burden of mental health disorders in our medical professionals. In a study conducted recent 2021 in India, that is published in Asian Journal of Psychiatry, the healthcare professionals' prevalence of anxiety disorder was 26.6%, of which depression was only 26.8%. In another cross-sectional study conducted in 2018, just pre-COVID times, 30.1% participants were found to have depression and 16.7 participants reported suicidal ideations. 62.7 participants reported moderate stress levels, while 13% reported high levels of stress. And most of them, nearly 90%, they have some level of burnout. And the study conducted in 2015-16 National Mental Health Survey by the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, the overall prevalence of psychiatric disorders, they stated that one in 6 Indians need mental health help. And the mental health gap, treatment gap was nearly 70 to 80%. People were suffering from mental illness, but due to the stigma or due to the lack of consultation, recognition, awareness of the mental conditions, the treatment was not given, not taken, and the gap was used. That's the central theme of yoga is yukta, that is the homeostasis, samatva, which means equality between harmony, balance and inner stability, which makes our body balanced between our physical and our mental activities. So, what should be the qualities of a mentally healthy person? The qualities mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also, and also the DSM criteria, the same qualities have been mentioned. That is, the mentally healthy and sound person will have beyond passion, will not have fear and anger, devoid of possessiveness and egoism, firm in understanding and unbewildered, engaged in doing good for all creatures, friendly and compassionate to all, pure-hearted and skillful without expectations. These qualities makes a man meaning to live meaningful life and productive life, and to also contribute to the society. So there are 5 layers of our existence, that is Anandamayam, Jnanamayam, Manomayam, Pranamayam and Annamayam. The mind, yogic concept of mind, the Antahkaran is divided into 4 parts, that is Manas, the thinking part, mind, Chitta, the storing of memory, Buddhi, the deciding part, that is intellect, and Ahankara, the controlling part, that is ego. The same ego has, mind is divided by the Sigmund Freud in 4 parts, that is id, ego and superego and insight. So the brain is a very magical, respect the brain and its divine working. Don't turn your brain into the trash basket. So whenever we get chance, we should defragment and reformat our brain. In studies, it has been found that yoga emphasizes abhyas, the regularity and rhythm with our breathing, improves our neuronal connectivity. It not only promotes the neuronal plasticity, but it has been found that it also creates new connections and also helps in neurogenesis. And also, if you don't practice pranayama, yoga, mindfulness, our brain becomes ineffective. The working capacity decreases and we lose whatever we have. Gradually we start losing. We start losing our emotional reactivity, we start losing our memory, we start losing focusing on the task and attention, and also starts getting all negative emotions, anxiety, fear, frustration, easy irritability. So yoga is a form of mind-body fitness that involves the combination of muscular activity and internally directed mindful focus on the awareness of self, breathing and energy. The 4 basic principles which underlie the teaching of the practices of yoga in healing system, that is, first principle is in yoga, in our Ayurveda also, it is regarded as a holistic, human body is regarded as a holistic entity which comprised of various interrelated dimensions, inseparable from one another. And the health or illness of any dimension affects the another dimension. The second principle of yoga is individuals and their needs. The individuals and their needs, for every individual, the needs are separate. Every individual is a separate entity. So, for them, there is a different mindfulness for everybody, different type of psychotherapy and practice that should be tailored accordingly. The third principle, yoga is self-empowering. Students and persons with his or her own healer, they can use it. Yoga engage the students in healing process by playing active role in their journey towards health. Healing comes from within and greater sense of autonomy is achieved. With the yoga, we feel more contentment and we get confidence. And also, we feel autonomy. And the fourth principle is quality of life and state of individual's mind is very much important, and we only know about the asanas. We don't talk about the mindfulness, pranayama, swas kriya. So mindfulness in yoga is related to the pranayama, focusing our attention to our breathing pattern and focusing our thinking without becoming judgmental on our thoughts. Whatever coming in our mind, we allow to let it flow without any interruption and focus on our breathing pattern. So, what is super brain yoga? How can we improve our brain by doing yoga? A series of recent studies published in Science and Journal of Neuroscience has shown that exercise can stimulate generation of new brain cells, that is neurogenesis. And beyond modeling and shaping of the neurons, the new connections, we can create new connections also in our brain, like cortex and frontal area. It has been proved in studies that those persons who regularly engaged in yoga and pranayama, their gray matter is decreased in hippocampus and amygdala area. So yoga is a self-directed neuroplasticity. We don't need any medication for that. We don't need to go anywhere. We don't need to go and consult anybody. It is self-directed neuroplasticity, self-directed medicine. We can practice daily and we can change our brain. We can improve our thinking. We can improve our emotional balance, and we can improve our attention and focusing span. Also in studies like functional magnetic resonance imaging, we have seen that regular yoga improves the regional blood flow in basal forebrain areas and also prefrontal cortex, which is main brain for our logical thinking, reasoning, and also controlling our emotional balances. These are the few pictures of Hastika. We can learn from YouTube. So in conclusion, to have the will, that is Ichha Shakti, to change, that is Kriya Shakti. That which can be changed, the strength to accept that which cannot be changed, and the wisdom, that is Jnana Shakti, to know the difference. दोनों के बीच difference क्या है? इच्छा शक्ति and क्रिया शक्ति, that is ज्ञान शक्ति, is the attitude that needs to be cultivated. When we start practicing the yoga and we feel the need of yoga, the more harder we feel starting the asanas, that means the more we are in need of yoga. That means we should not quit it. If we start and we feel difficulty in doing yoga, that means we require it more. So daily with gradual practice, that difficulty will go up and we will become master in doing yoga. So at the last, health and happiness are our birthright. So claim them, develop them with your maximum potential. Most of the people today are so busy trying to find health and happiness that they forget why they are here in the first place. There is a book written by Swami Gitanand Giriji, that is a very good book on yoga and pranayama. That ashram is in Pondicherry, and he emphasized more on our mental well-being. Most of our gurus and modern day practitioners, Babas and Yoga Gurus, there are lots of flooding of Baba and Yoga Guru. They are all teaching and promoting the good mental health only. So yoga is the best way for us to regain our birthright and attain the goal of our human existence. So thank you very much.
I would like to call upon Dr. Sudhir Goyal sir, Professor at Department of Biochemistry, to honor Dr. Shailendra sir with a memento of certificate and a sapling. Indeed it was. Well, it's an appropriate time to proceed for lunch.
But before that, there is a prior announcement that we have to make for the academic paper and poster presentation session by delegates after lunch. The venue to be present at is MEU room near the Dean office for oral paper presentation, and the judges for the event to be present there are Dr. Neelam Swarup ma'am, Dr. S.P. Rai sir, Dr. Pallavi Anand ma'am, Dr. Somit Chakravarti sir, and Dr. P.K. Hamri ma'am. Furthermore, the poster presentation session is to be held in the waiting area, which is also near the Dean office, and the judges panel include Dr. Shailendra Misra sir, Colonel Dr. Rajesh Kumar sir, Dr. Sudhir Mehrotra sir, Brigadier Dr. Nikhilesh Kumar sir, and Dr. S.K. Mukherjee sir. That was that, and now we can all move on to have our lunch. Thank you for the patience and have a smile on your faces. And for the MBBS 22 batch students, there is an announcement that we have to make.
Today, with the students of first year professional T.S. Misra Medical College and Hospital, Lucknow, stand before you to talk about one of the most influential spiritual leader and thinkers of our time, Dr. Swami Vivekananda.
He was a beacon of knowledge, wisdom and spirituality, and his teaching continued to inspire millions around the world. In particular, I would like to shed light on his profound understanding of yoga and meditation.
Swami Vivekananda believed that yoga and meditation were essential tools for self-realization and spiritual growth.
Swami Vivekananda emphasized the unity of body, mind and spirit through the practice of yoga.
He understands that by harmonizing these aspects of our being, we can experience inner peace, clarity and a deep connection with the divine.
Now, I would like to share few Sanskrit slokas that encapsulate the essence of Swami Vivekananda's teachings on yoga and meditation. Yoga sa chitta vritti nirodha means yoga is the cessation of fluctuations of the mind.
This shloka emphasizes that yoga is not just a physical practice but a means to control the mind and attain the inner peace.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanudhara Yatra Shri Vijayo Bhutidhara Niti Matrimara means wherever there is a Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, and where there is an Arjuna, the great archer, the greatest archer, they will always be offense, victory, extraordinary power, morality, such is my conviction.
This shloka from Bhagavad Gita highlights the importance of connection with the divine through yoga, leading to success, righteousness and spiritual growth. With this, I Prajwal Chauhan,
I Vaishnavi Agrahari,
welcome you to the Yoga Day CME. Vaishnavi, do you know what? Implementation of a new curriculum in biochemistry can have several positive impacts on the field and its students.
Yes, Prajwal. The new curriculum allows for the integration of the latest development in biochemistry, ensuring the students to explore the cutting-edge researches, techniques and knowledge. Our next speaker is Dr. Kalpana Singh ma'am. Let us have a brief info about her.
She is currently Professor of Biochemistry at KGMU Lucknow.
She has done MBBS from Lady Harding Medical College, New Delhi.
She has done her post-graduation in Biochemistry from Maulana Azad Medical College, Delhi.
She has about 51 publications.
She has publication even on antibody in SARS-CoV-2, which was very helpful in combating COVID-19 cases. So, to enlighten all us with the same, we want to call upon Dr. Kalpana Singh ma'am on stage.
So audience, bring your hands together for Dr. Kalpana Singh.
And I would like to thank the organizers. I would like to thank Dr. Kanchan for inviting me on this occasion. My topic is biochemistry before and after new curriculum. I hope you are aware about CBA. A revision was done during for the MBBS 1998 batch. It was implemented for 1998 batch in which concept of internal assessment came. Importance was given to the internal assessment in both theory as well as practical. Concept of integration and self-learning was introduced at that time. Then in 2019, the CBME was introduced and 5 roles was proposed for an Indian medical graduate, that is the clinician, communicator, leader, professional and lifelong learner. If you see the curriculum, there are more than 3,700 competencies which are divided into domains and suggestions are given for the method of teaching for assessment. Now, the similarly is also known as outcome-based education. Not as part as now we are focusing it as outcome-based education. The purpose of this outcome-based education is it shifted from the traditional teaching, which used to be of long hours of lecture sitting in the lecture hall. It shifted the vision from that theoretical lecture towards what a medical student or learner can do, what that learner knows and value at the end of the result, because of the result of that training. So here the outcome is fixed and time is variable in this curriculum. And now this yoga, it is a part of curriculum in the school as well. So not only the medical schools, it is now incorporated as a part of curriculum in the schools also. Thank you so much.
All the technical issues and glitches. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your guidance and sharing your valuable knowledge and thoughts with us.
I would like to call Dr. Vivek Aswan, Professor and Head of Department of Microbiology, to felicitate Dr. Kalpana Singh ma'am with a memento and a certificate.
Prajwal, do you know the role of liquid biopsy in cancer genome study?
Yes, Vaishnavi, I have some knowledge about it. Liquid biopsy allows multiple samples to be taken over time, which may help doctors understand what kind of genetic or molecular changes taking place in the tumor.
Prajwal, I want to know more about the role of liquid biopsy in cancer genome study.
So, to know more about the role of liquid cancer genome study, we have Dr. Jeevan Divakaran sir.
He is graduated from Coimbatore Medical College and post-graduation in pathology from PGIMS Rohtak.
He worked at various medical universities in India, including Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences, Pondicherry, and Amrita IMSR, Cochin.
He held the position of Head of Department of Pathology at RPGMC, Tanda, and later at Agesia IMSR, Kollam, where he served as a Vice Dean.
He is currently teaching faculty member at Trinity School of Medicine, St. Vincent.
So, sir, please enlighten us with your valuable words.
College structure: Abhishek Kumar, Akshay Kapoor, Aditya Yadav, Aditya Arya, Arpit Shukla. Please be on stage and present your model.
Hello. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Me and my team are going to present the biochemical model, which is on the topic collagen structure. Collagen is the most important protein that is found in the human body. It makes around 25 to 30% of all the. Around 25 to 30% of all the protein body weight in the human body is given by collagen. The main function of collagen is collagen is mainly present in the connective tissues. There are 90 different types of collagen that is found in the human body. So type 1, which is mainly present in the connective tissues of the human body. Type 2, which is present in the vitreous humor, and the cartilage. Type 3, which is mainly present in the skin and visceral organs. And type 4 and many other types are which are present in very minute quantities in the human body.
We have shown the process from the post-translation modification. Initial phase has been fibroblast, the nucleus, and the DNA has been translated into mRNA. And after that, the mRNA has been translated in the cytoplasm reticula. From here, सबसे पहले बनता है हमारा प्रोटोटाइप जिसमें कि ग्लाइसिन 33% होता है लगभग और every third amino acid is glycine
and after that there are 3 types of alpha chain, 2 alpha chain, 2 alpha 1 chain, and 1 alpha 2 chain. This coiling starts at the C terminal. The interchain and intrachain disulfide bonds forms, and after that packing occurs in the Golgi body, and then secreted in the extracellular matrix, where the pro-collagen activity occurs, and the C terminal is pointed out, and the pro-collagen is formed. After formation of pro-collagen, the triple helix is formed, which is formed by the hydrogen bonds between the 3 peptides. After that, covalent bond forms between all the threads, all the alpha helix and collagen fiber forms.
What a beautiful presentation. Now, I would call immunoglobulin group Akshita Goyal, Ananya Singh, Ashraya Singh, Diksha Sinha, Abhishek Yadav.
Let's give a huge round of applause for them.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here to present our model on immunoglobulins. So basically, immunoglobulins are antibodies which protect our body from foreign invaders. It is used to identify and lyse the foreign invaders in our body. So here we have shown different structures or different types of antibodies according to the heavy chain. The dark colored are the heavy chains and the light colors are the light chains. So according to the types of heavy chains, there are 5 types of immunoglobulins, and now my teammates will explain the functions of each one.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to tell about IgG. It is the most abundant immunoglobulin in the human body. It constitutes almost 72 to 85%. It can transverse the blood vessels. It is the only Ig that can cross the placenta, and hence the mother's immunity is transferred to the fetus. In some cases, increased levels of IgG can cause multiple myeloma and multiple sclerosis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am here to represent IgA. IgA is the second most abundant antibody in our body. Its main function is protection in the mucosal surfaces, and it is present in tears, saliva, intestinal juices, and colostrum. As you can see, we have total activity. Now, we have presented the structure. The dark color represents the heavy chain, and the light color represents the light chain. Here it is the security component, and its joining point is the edge.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to speak about IgD and IgM. So both of these antibodies are present in traces in the blood. First, coming to IgD, it is involved in the antigen recognition and is present on the B lymphocytes. And IgM is predominantly found in blood. Performs opsonization, increases phagocytosis, and causes the lysis of the cells.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am here to explain about IgE. It is a Y-shaped monomer. It has Si as a molecular weight, is 188 kilodalton, and its serum concentration level is 0.005 mg per ml, and it defends against parasitic infections and responsible for allergic reactions.
What a marvelous presentation you have given. Give a applause to them. Next call upon a group, Hypo and Hypothyroidism, Manushree, Anushka Verma, Aryan Chandrakar, Divyanshi Dubey and Divyanshi Singh. Please be on stage.
Good afternoon to all the faculty members presented. I, Anushri, and my team today will be presenting the topic about the hyperanthus hypothyroidism. First, we should know what does a normal thyroid look like. So, the hypothyroidism, as you can see, it is vertical in shape and
जोर से बोलो.
as you can see, this is the
shape, and it is present in the front of the neck, in the trachea, in front of the trachea, and it extends from the fifth cervical to the first thoracic column. As you can see, we have presented here 3 different glands, thyroid glands, but they have different structures. But why they are different structures? They are different structures because of the overproduction of the T3 and T4 hormones and underproduction of T3 and T4 hormones. So first I'll talk about the hypothyroidism. What is hypothyroidism? Hypothyroidism is basically the underproduction of T3 and T4 hormones, and it also happens due to sometimes the antithyroid drugs like lithium, aminosalicylic acid, and also due to the overproduction of autoantibodies of the thyroid. Now I'll talk about the hypothyroidism. What happens in the hypothyroidism is the overproduction of the T3 and the T4 hormones. And if I talk about the signs and the symptoms of the hypothyroidism, in the hypothyroidism you can see that there's an underweight, and also there's a severe lesions and sweating, and also low BMI rate. In the hypothyroidism you can see there's a too much increase in the BMI and weight gain, and it has dry skin. And if I go more deep into it, it is also divided into 2 segments: primary and hypothyroidism, and secondary hyper and hypothyroidism. The primary and hypothyroidism are divided into 2 segments because the pathology is happening at the level of the thyroid. But in the secondary hypothyroidism and hypothyroidism, it is happening at the levels of the pituitary as well as the hypothalamus.
Specifically breast cancer patients. And as you can see here, these participants, they practice yoga 5 days per week for almost 48 weeks, almost a year. And it seems to reduce very significantly levels of inflammatory cytokines. Another study on throat tumor, the cytokines showing again a very significant reduction, especially in cancer survivors. This study on men with prostate cancer, because the overall consider breast cancer is the most common cancer in women, and prostate cancer is the most common in males. And especially if there is some kind of intervention that is going to be useful in such cases, definitely something that requires more investigation. In this case, in this study, as you can see, it improved the quality of life, promoted better immune response against the tumor, and reduced inflammation. And this, as I was saying earlier, in pediatric oncology also. But one of the conclusions, as you would see, from this study was that the body of evidence showing that yoga actually works is probably insufficient. And one of the challenges when we think about it might be that if we are using an intervention, like for instance yoga, how do we assess the benefits? And I think that's where this liquid biopsy. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your guidance and sharing valuable knowledge and thought with us.
I would like to call upon Dr. Soumitra Chakravarti sir on behalf of Dr. Jagjivan sir, and call Dr. Subhil Mukherjee sir, emergency head, to felicitate Dr. Jagjivan sir on behalf.
Mechanism of enzyme action. Mantavya Pandey, Kinchalak Verma, Laksh Chauhan, Jai Singh Maske and Manved Pratap Singh.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. The topic of model is the mechanism of enzyme action. So before we talk about mechanism, we will first talk about the action of the action of enzyme is basically reducing the activation energy.
रुक एक मिनट रुक जाइए
We have shown the reducing of
I think it was Mike in the hello.
I will start again. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. The topic of our model is the mechanism of enzyme action. So before we start about the mechanism, we will talk about the action of.
We have shown all the subunit, and in the second process, in the second step, there is phosphorylation of the ATP occurs, which then the phosphate group binds to the P subunit of the sodium potassium pump, and then the accurator sticks to the N subunit of the sodium potassium pump, creating a passage for the flow of ions.
And then the third step where hydrolysis occurs and sodium is ready for another cycle.
Basically, what happens is binding, and due to the phosphorylation of this ATP residue on the P subunit of this ATPase pump is what brings the conformational change in the actuator unit, which opens a passage for the ions for the exchange to happen. So this is the sodium potassium pump. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
What about the presentation here?
Now, moving towards trajectory, every hard work deserves an appreciation for all those people who have been working so hard to make this event possible. So let us felicitate all of those.
First of all, I would like to call upon Dr. Kanchan ma'am, Dr. Rachna ma'am, Dr. Soumitra Chakravarti sir to facilitate our students, and Dr. Sudhir sir.
And the second prize goes to Vitamin D Synthesis and Regulation by Vaishnavi Agarwal and Sudhito Kaviraj. Please come on stage. And for chart, the first prize goes to Kidney Function Test by Shanu Kumari and Shivani Singh. You are please out of the shoulder. Many good charts were made. The judges could not decide whom to give, but the first consolation goes to Absorption and Transportation of Iron by Saptarshi Chaudhary and Shai Mahajan. Second consolation goes to Sample Collection by Vaishnavi Rao and Shreya Pandey. Last but not the least, third consolation goes to Point of Care Testing by Rajpal Singh Gohil and Roshan Gupta.
Now our model winners are: third prize goes to Immunoglobulins by Akshita Goyal, Ananya Singh, Ashreya Singh, Diksha Sinha, Abhishek Chara. Aditya Arya, and Arpit Chopra. Sodium potassium pump by Abhimanyu Pathak, Anisha Raj, Ankit Tiwari, Avimsha Behra, and Anjali Jainwar.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Shailendra sir and Dr. A.K. Singh sir to felicitate our students. First prize poster making competition goes to Dr. Piyush Jain boss. Big round of applause for them. Third prize poster making goes to Dr. Sandeep Dabral. And the first sponsorship prize goes to Riya Kejriwal boss.
Now, at the end, vote of thanks. Leading towards the end, last but not the least, let us call one of the most important and senior faculty at T.S. Misra Medical College, Dr. Sudhir Goyal sir.
So first of all, it is very important to say thanks a lot to yoga because of that only we all are sitting here. Okay? So with that, let us just understand few points about yoga, very well explained by all our experts. But I thought that while talking about the vote of thanks, we should really give thanks to yoga in a way we all should have a take-home message, and that is yoga is a light. We have already seen it that today, that yes, from the very beginning, Dr. Kanchan, who has explained everything, to Dr. Tomar and everybody, yoga is a light which once lit will never dim. So I am sure all our students will try to do yoga every day, at least 5 days a week. The better your practice, the brighter your flame. Okay? And let me tell you, when I joined in Bhopal in 2012, my director, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, made it a point to make the next door flat at the health center, and for continuously 6 years, one of our faculty, yoga faculty, used to come to that center, and me and my wife were the most regular attendee of that, and I see the benefit of that. It has really revolutionized my life. So you all should really try to focus on it. Now, exercises are like prose, understand this thing, whereas yoga is the poetry of movements. You understand, I am sure, okay? Once you understand the grammar of yoga, you can write your poetry of movements, okay? So yoga is the methodology with which you unveil the miracle that exists right in front of our faces and inside ourselves. Fit is not a destination, it is a way of life. So we all have to be fit. Yoga is not a workout, it is a work in. I think very well explained by all our speakers. And this is the point of spiritual practice, to make us teachable, to open up our hearts and focus our awareness so that we can know what we already know and be who we already are. So understand ourselves. We all want happiness, and yoga is the way for that. Much needed happiness factor is the life, in the life. Success is not always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work gains success. Greatness will come. So it's a message to all our students that try to be consistent in all your life. Yoga routine. And last, yoga means addition of energy, strength, and beauty to body, mind, and soul. If you look at it, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I'm sure you are all getting this point. And yoga is integration in relaxation, freedom in routine, confidence through self-control, energy within and energy without. And Tony Robbins said the quality of your life is dependent upon the quality of life of your cells, because we only talked about biochemistry. So biochemistry is where the cell is having everything there. If the blood stream is filled with waste products, the resulting environment does not promote a strong, vibrant, healthy cell. And body is made up of cells, which is our unit, and if you cure your cells, you can cure your body. Life, biochemistry capable of creating a balanced emotional life for an individual. And if you all remember, Francis and Crick are the inventor of the DNA RNA, and let me tell you, luckily I had the opportunity to meet Watson, because Francis was sick on that time. In 1993, there was a celebration of 40th anniversary of DNA at Chicago. Luckily I reached at the time there, and I could meet about 45 Nobel laureates. And that time Francis could not come, but Watson, I personally discussed, and he said one thing, that I request all the medical persons to understand the strength of DNA. It's only 10% explored till now. So try to focus on that and understand. So if you see the basis of it, it is one of the more striking generalizations of biochemistry, which is surprisingly is hardly ever mentioned in the biochemical textbooks, that the 20 amino acids and the 4 bases are, with minor reservations, the same throughout the nature. Which you can understand the strength of these things. And last, after all these things, we at TS Misra have organized this international CME on International Yoga Day. And the theme was biochemical aspects of yoga, very well chosen by Department of Biochemistry. And I would like to convey my sincere thanks to our real leader and guide, visionary chairman sir, patron Sri Satish Chand Misra ji, co-patron Mrs. Kalpana Misra ji, and their young, dynamic son Mr. Kapil Misra, who always support us for all academic activities to bring quality in this esteemed institution of great repute. And let me tell you, I really admire this institution, because once when I joined it, I was reluctant how I am going to work on this private institution, but I found this institution has real quality, and I am trying to help as much as I can do. And sincere thanks to our dynamic and visionary principal sir for taking initiative to organize this one-day CME, as Dr. Chairman, our A.K. Srivastava ji, and our energetic, young, dedicated, pleasant, always smiling Madam Dr. Kanchan Singh, for full dedication to make it a real success. Who has left, he was the director, two-time director of AIMS Jodhpur, and I had a very close interaction with Dr. Sanjeev Misra ji, and now he is our VC, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Chikitsa Vishwavidyalaya. We are thankful to him for sparing time out of his very busy schedule, especially today, showing his deep commitment for this team, biochemical aspects of yoga, and commitment to promote this such a strong aspect of life. Then untiring effort and support of our organizing committee. I will not talk about these upper three names. Look at Dr. Somit Chakravarti, Dr. Rachna Sharma, Dr. Devendra Nath Misra, Dr. Riya Kejriwal and Dr. Himanshu Shekhar. They really worked hard to bring everything in order, brought everything in order. And continuous guidance and support of executive members need real applause, because all these persons behind the scene has supported us a lot. And very important is the scientific committee, who brought all the scientific activities together and made this event a grand success, which you have seen, and also to all judges for their support, so that we could get the best posters and models and papers and posters for awarding them. Really a tough job to handle, however they did it meticulously. I'm sure you all enjoyed it. And we are thankful to all speakers and all PG, UG students. Without their participation, it was not possible to organize this. And thanks to you all to make this event a grand success. Thanks to all faculty and staff of TSM and Biochemical department and canteen personnel. All have contributed a great deal and worked day and night to make this event a real successful event. So last, thank you, Yoga, and thank you all. Thank you very much. Done.
Thank you so much, sir, for this incredible vote of thanks. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for being here today and for your participation in this remarkable event of CME Biochemistry and Yoga Day. It has been an incredible journey and we are immensely grateful for the support and enthusiasm you have shown. Grateful.
I would request Dr. Kanchan ma'am to give a memento and a certificate to Sudhir Goyal sir. Please sir, come on stage. Now we are going to felicitate the oral presentation students who have been working so hard. Before that, we want AK sir to show their gratitude.
Thank you, Dr. Kanchan, for inviting me to interact with the students of TS Misra Medical College. It's my privilege to be a part of this CME. Just because with day one, when your forensic medicine day is organized, is this hall, then we decided why not we should celebrate a yoga day, International Yoga Day, because many a times I have heard a very sad news from different medical colleges about the stress of the students, stress of the faculty. Then we just talk about that we should celebrate a real thing, how to live. ठीक है, हम स्टूडेंट हैं, हम टीचर हैं, हम कुछ भी हैं, लेकिन सबसे पहले कुछ भी सीखने से पहले हमें ये सीखना चाहिए हमें जिंदगी जीनी कैसे, हमें जिंदगी जीनी कैसे, हमें लाइफ कैसे बनानी है। हम एक छोटे बच्चे हैं, एडोलसेंट हैं, हम एडल्ट हैं, उस हर लाइफ का हर फेज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, हमारा हर दिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और हमें बेसिकली ये समझना है बच्चों, हम अपने यहाँ इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम में हमने बच्चों को ये सेंसिटाइज करना शुरू किया कि हम हेल्थ के बारे में पढ़ते बहुत हैं, एसपीएम में खूब रट्टा लगाते हैं। हेल्थ इज ए स्टेट ऑफ फिजिकल, मेंटल, सोशल, स्पिरिचुअल वेल-बीइंग, नॉट मेयरली द एब्सेंस ऑफ डिजीज। हमने कहा बच्चे जब जाओगे आप अपने क्लिनिक्स में, आर यू फिजिकली हेल्दी, आर यू मेंटली हेल्दी, आर यू सोशली हेल्दी, आर यू स्पिरिचुअली हेल्दी? Once you are not healthy, how can you treat others? First thing, your first prime focus is make yourself healthy, because a healthy person can make unhealthy person in a healthy state. So this is the first goal. हम डॉक्टर हम कोई हो, हमें सबसे पहले हेल्दी होना है। और हेल्दी हम तब होंगे जब हम इन सारे एस्पेक्ट में, हम फिजिकल फिटनेस में, हम मेंटल फिटनेस, बिकॉज वी आर फुल ऑफ वेरियस थिंग्स। सब दूसरे व्यक्ति का कपड़ा से देख के, उसके बाल देख के, उसकी चाल देख के, उसकी घड़ी देख के, हर चीज हमें अफेक्ट करती है। क्या हम इन सारे चीजों से ऊपर उठ के पॉजिटिव कंट्रीब्यूशन कर सकते हैं? किसी की पावर देख के, किसी की पोजीशन देख के, तो बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें आती हैं जो हमें डेली बेसिस पे ओवरकम करनी पड़ती है। और उस पे जब उसके बियॉन्ड जाके हम अच्छा सोच के जब कर सकते हैं कोई काम, देन वी कंट्रीब्यूट। हम बच्चों से कहते हैं हमने एक ही दिन मिला है, केवल आज का दिन। जब आप सोए रहते हो तो आपको पता चलता है आप कहाँ थे। When you go to bed at night, where you are? उस सुबह उठने से बीच में पता था आप कहाँ थे? किसी को पता रहता है? वो हर दिन हम डेड होते हैं। अगले दिन उठ गए तो वो हमारी लाइफ है, और नहीं उठे तो कनेक्शन कट गया। कनेक्शन कट गया तो हमारे पास केवल एक दिन की लाइफ है, और उस 24 घंटे में से 8 घंटे हमने निकाल दिए। वो 16 घंटे हमें कैसे जीना है, कितना मीनिंगफुल जीना है, यही इंपॉर्टेंट है। बहुत और इसके लिए हम घंटे में हमें अपने आप को भी फिट रखना है, अपने दोस्तों को भी फिट रखना है, अपने मरीजों को भी फिट रखना है, और अपने समाज को भी फिट रखना है, और अपने देश के लिए कंट्रीब्यूटरी भी होना है। अगला दिन नहीं मिलने वाला, अगला दिन नहीं मिलने वाला। आप सोचो कि अगले दिन हम ये काम करेंगे, वो नहीं मिलने वाला। तो यही पर्पस था आप लोग को ये मैसेज देने का कि जिस दिन जगो उस दिन सवेरा। आज कितने लोगों ने कोशिश की जगने की? रेज़ योर हैंड, वेल डन। तो आज आप जग गए, और कल सुबह जग के देखना। एक बहुत जरूरी बात, एक बहुत जरूरी बात, एक बहुत जरूरी बात। कहते हैं ना, जब किसी ऑलमाइटी से कई लोग लाइन में लगे हों, उनकी ब्लेसिंग्स के लिए, वो ज्यादा अच्छी बात है, या जब कुछ लोग ही जगह हो लाइन में तो ब्लेसिंग्स डायरेक्ट मिलती है। तो इसलिए वो सुबह का समय जब सब लोग सोते रहे, आप उठ करके बस कनेक्शन बना लीजिए। तो डेफिनेटली सबसे ज्यादा ब्लेसिंग्स देने वाला कौन है? ऑलमाइटी। जब उनके पास जो कतार लंबी हो, उससे पहले अपनी लाइन लगा दीजिए। दैट इज द वे कि भाई आप ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में उठ के आप कनेक्ट हो जाइए। सारी पावर्स आपकी, जो चाहेंगे आपको मिलेगा। दैट इज द वे। ये हमारे इंडियन फिलॉसफी का, इंडियंस का एक तरीका है, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त। ब्रह्म से आप कनेक्ट हो जाओगे, और जिसने ब्रह्म को पा लिया सब कुछ पा लिया। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Now I would like to call upon Rashmi ma'am on the stage and give her gratitude.
सीखने को तो बहुत कुछ मिला आज योगा पे, ठीक है। आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स को अब करना चाहिए, योगा करना ही चाहिए। योगा आपको बहुत सारी चीजें सिखाता है, आपको एक सबसे पहले बैलेंस सिखाता है। तो योगा सभी को टाइम निकाल के करना चाहिए, सारे स्टूडेंट्स को, कोई भी हो सबको करना ही चाहिए, बिकॉज बहुत अच्छी चीज है। बाकी
Now, I would like to call Akansha ma'am to say some.
I want to congratulate you for this event. I want to thank you, Kanchan ma'am, for organizing this Yoga Day, International Yoga Day. This experience was very. This is very. मैंने सोचा है आज से कि मैं कुछ टाइम जरूर दूंगी फॉर दिस योगा एंड एक्सरसाइज। I think आपको भी कुछ करना चाहिए इसके लिए, but because this medical study is not easy, you have to do with studies, physical activities should be there. Then your mind will work in better way without physical activity. We have seen all these students here in the empty back rows sleeping. Always there are 2-3 students always in 1 hour lecture they are sleeping because they are not doing proper routine. Their routine is not good. So I advise you to fix your routine, rise up early and go to the bed early so you can do your studies properly on time. So by that I want to end my talk. Thank you.
On students' demand, I would like to call Agral sir on.
पहली बात तो आज हम 5 बजे उठे क्योंकि 6 बजे तक योगा करते और लेकिन सच में योगा करने के बाद आज दिन भर काफी रिफ्रेशिंग लगा। ऐसे क्या होता था आफ्टरनून में थोड़ा स्लीपी फील होता था, बट आज नहीं हुआ। तो ये प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल है क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स हो सकते हैं योगा के। एंड हम लोग को सबको योगा करना चाहिए क्योंकि आज जो मॉर्निंग सेशन था उन्होंने बताया कि जैसे कि हम लोग की बहुत आदत है सर झुका के पढ़ने की, तो सर्वाइकल स्पाइन प्रॉब्लम बहुत लोगों को हो जाती है, तो उसके लिए उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे योगासन बताए थे। तो अगर आपके पास होना हो तो एक बार आप उसे YouTube पे देख के और उसको ट्राई करना, क्योंकि आप लोग के लिए बहुत बेनिफिशियल है, स्पेशली जिनको बहुत टाइम तक पढ़ना है उनके लिए। ठीक है, थैंक यू। वैसे तुम लोग के लिए जरूरत नहीं, तुम लोग वैसे ही पढ़ते नहीं हो जाते। चलो थैंक यू।
योगा डे पे, लेकिन जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है कि योगा करना है ना, ये लेसन आज लेके जाना है, ठीक है ना। जब भी करना है थोड़ा सा टाइम निकाल के 15 मिनट या 20 मिनट जो भी टाइम है आपके पास, लेकिन उसे एक रूटीन में लाके जरूर करना है, इम्प्लीमेंट करना है। आज का लेसन ये है। और डॉक्टर कंचन मैम को मैं बहुत मुबारकबाद दूंगी, बहुत अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज हुई। बहुत जरूरी है यहाँ पे टाइम टू टाइम पे ये जो होता रहता है अवेयरनेस की तरह है, ये बहुत जरूरी है। और एक थोड़ा सा हमारी एनाटॉमी डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से और सजेशन है कि यहाँ पे एक योगा के लिए एक स्पेस प्रोवाइड करी जाए, ताकि हम थोड़े टाइम के लिए, अगर हमें टाइम मिलता है कभी इन टाइम में, तो हम उसको कर सकें, हम फैकल्टी उसका यूज कर सकें।
मैम सामने प्रिंसिपल साहब बैठे।
सर आज इंटरनेशनल योगा डे पे आप ये कमिटमेंट सारे फैकल्टी से कर रहे, एक प्लेस जो है
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फिजियोलॉजी में योगा लैब इज रिक्वायरमेंट।
योगा लैब इज रिक्वायरमेंट।
अरे वाह, तो फिजियोलॉजी डेवलप करे और जो छोटा मोटा सामान चाहिए हम दे देंगे, इसमें क्या बात।
योगा में यही तो फायदा सर, कोई सामान नहीं चाहिए,
सामान
एचओडी फिजियोलॉजी सर कह रहे हैं कि योगा की लैब की एक रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो सर कह रहे हैं वो आप रेस करिए, हम जो कुछ पॉसिबल है सपोर्ट कर देंगे।
योगा
ठीक है, अरे मैम ये एग्री हो गया
ये सारे कटआउट सर
योगा
और लैब।
Now I would like to call Kanchan ma'am to felicitate Prince Dr. A.K. sir, Dr. A.K. Srivastav sir. Please come on the
डॉक्टर साहब को
stage.
दो डॉक्टर
सर आपको
नहीं आए नहीं।
Now, to felicitate the oral presentation students, I will call upon Devendra sir on stage. The first prize goes to Ankita, and to take their prize, I will call upon Dr. Chakravarti sir. On behalf of Ankita, sir will take the.
अच्छा सबके ये ले
To end this marvelous day, I would say just everyone stand up on your places. We will end this up with the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नाम